My video for July the 30th, 2019 is video number 3162, and the title is Being Right is the Problem, Not the Solution. For a very long time, humans have been enslaved by an idea. I am right. That, my friends, is a trap. Of course, it is an ego game. I used to say ego was edging God out. I do not see it that way anymore. Our concept of God is part of the problem that seems virtually insoluble. Rather than making it about some mysterious being, wherever we are told it is, I'm sorry. I wanted to say whenever, but it says wherever. It is really about understanding what love is. Now I'm quoting, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails." And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. End quote. That's from the Holy Bible, New International Version. I think we need to be reminded of this, myself included. None of us are right until and unless we can love truly, forgiving ourselves and each other as we sift through the maze of confusion in which we find ourselves. The recent fiasco with my musician friends who, as I've said in the previous two videos I've greatly admired, has caused a lot of introspection for me as I re-examine my own stance in regard to that situation and life in general. I have been one, at least as I would define myself, who has tried to build bridges from one ideology or one group to another. I did that early with Christian denominations because certain things that I was taught were true, conflicted with certain things others were being taught was true, and there was a clash of denominations within the Christian faith. And it became obvious to me early in my teenage years. Already it was showing up. But that was just my personal experience. As I expanded my idea of spirituality, I was going to say of religion, but I became aware that spirituality and religion were not even the same thing. Spirituality is about loving. Religion is about an ego concept of which one of our beliefs is right. We all get trapped there. I've been trapped there too. You can get trapped there on any number of situations that present themselves to you, and you want to be right. We seem to be programmed to be right, not to be loving, not to be forgiving. I would like to let go of all of the wounds that I've suffered, and there have been a number of them. I could list them, but it doesn't do any good. It doesn't do any good to even dwell on them. Yet it doesn't do any good to forget them either, because they are lessons. And if we forget the lessons we've learned, we do not progress. The lessons are there to teach us. At least that's what I'm thinking in this moment. And as I sat and prepared and thought about this video, we all learn lessons. How do we choose to respond? Or do we just lash out and react? Sometimes we can get in a lot of trouble reacting. And so I'm trying to back up a little bit and look at this with as loving eyes and heart as I'm capable of bringing into the situation. Yes, we need to analyze ourselves. We need to be introspective. We need to take a look at whether or not our actions are loving or are of the self-righteous variety. The self-righteous variety can change. I mean, we can put different labels on belief systems. We can change our belief entirely and adopt a different religion. But if we hold those things as barriers to our communication with others and to our ability to love and listen, then there's a problem. Now, none of us, myself included, like to butt heads with other people. Maybe some people do, but I don't understand why they would, because it's not a game that anybody can win when you're butting heads. The attitude of butting heads, when it starts from the position of I'm in the right position, is wrong. That's not where we start from. We have to start from the position of we've all been misled. And not everything that I think is true really is. I've been deceived the same as others have been deceived. And somehow we need to see through the deception and find a resolution that leads us and brings us to the place where we can actually begin again. And we have to do it again and again and again. Beginning every day is a new beginning. And we begin again and again to re-examine ourselves, to look at our lives and ask the question, am I loving or am I being self-righteous? Self-righteousness is the opposite of loving. Self-righteousness sets up the barriers. Love builds the bridges. Are we willing to take down the barriers and build the bridges so that together we can have peace on earth? So that together we can stop the insanity? So that together we can say to those that want to separate us, no more. We are brothers and sisters. And we're going to find a creator that is loving, not a creator that is jealous and envious and righteous in its own eyes. That's a false God, a false deity. And we need to overcome the deception that has been presented to us for eons of ego control and egocentricity. We are not the center. We are merely part of a greater whole. And we need to work together and find solutions to the problems that have entrapped us for a very long time. Thank you folks again for listening, and namaste.